We have been, our approach, Lisa, from the beginning has been coping with the virus. Dr. Henry's been pretty clear. It's here, and it's going to be here until we find a way to eradicate it. And that's underway internationally. Never before have so many resources and so many incredibly intelligent people been brought together to find a vaccine and to find therapies for COVID-19. In the interim, we have to find ways to manage and cope with the disease. And that's what we've been doing in British Columbia. It's a very good effect. But we're under no illusion that COVID-19 is gone. We now have to figure out how we operate while it's here. And that's why the restart plan that we announced back in May is taking hold now. We see industries or sectors like hospitality, retail, finding ways to operate with the virus at the front of their minds, because public confidence is critical to success in our economy. And if people do not feel safe when they're going shopping, when they're going out for dinner, they're not going to do it. They're going to find some other way to achieve their end results. And that's why we have a plan to cope with the disease. When it comes to education, we are the only province in the country that will have real evidence of how to operate in classrooms and virtually simultaneously, because we've got the month of June to look back on, where 38 or so, almost 40% of kids voluntarily came back to classrooms, so that teachers, administrators in schools and school boards across the province, which are all different, of course. The needs in Quesnel are not the same as the needs in Nelson or in Victoria or in Prince Rupert. So having an approach that is district by district, almost school by school, is far superior in my mind than a national strategy. I listened to the President of the United States talk about his fount of wisdom and knowledge on what's best for public education in the United States. And I say I would prefer to talk to school board trustees, superintendents, teachers, and parents about what's in the best interest of their kids. That's what we've been doing. Minister Fleming has worked very, very hard to get us into classrooms in June so that we can use that information to prepare for September. And we will have, in my opinion, and I don't want to be too boastful, but because we have that experience that other provinces don't have, I think we'll be better prepared for September than any other province in the country. Well, I appreciate that there are many businesses in British Columbia that would like to see the border open so there can be an increase in traffic. Millions of people come through British Columbia on a normal year, and they're not coming this year. And this is not just about the United States, it's about international travelers, and it is not just because Canada has said we don't want to see our borders open until we see other countries in the world having the same level of success that we have. This is a global pandemic, and I think that we need to remind ourselves of that periodically, that we are not an island here in British Columbia. We are 5 million souls in a 7 billion soul sea of humanity on the globe, everyone trying to grapple with how do we deal with and cope with, as you said in your question, how do we cope with COVID-19? And one way we cope with that is by reducing the spread of the virus. And that means not inviting jurisdictions that have not had the same level of success as we have to just come and have a visit. I don't think the dollars that would be invested in the tourist economy are worth the risk to public health. And as it turns out, the vast majority of British Columbians agree with me on that.